All right, we go back into the Dolphins now after last Monday with a huge meltdown, which I don't want to go back talking about it because that was so bad that it actually made me really legitimately pissed off, and for the right reason as well. But for this one, it's a game where we really needed to come out and get this victory, especially against the Jets team with a pretty solid defense. And we had some injury. We do have injury problems. We lost Connor Williams. Tyreek Hill was not playing in this game. Javon Holland was out in this game. Who else? Xavier Howard didn't play as well. So we needed the other guys that could step up and play football. Fortunately, today they did that, and they did it in a really good, really sparkling way. I mean, Jesus. We beat them 30-0. A pretty short-staffed Miami Dolphins team beating against a 5-8, now 5-9 New York Jets team that had high expectations. And we dominated, and we gave them the shutout win. A shutout win. It's our first shutout win for 3 years. And what do you know? We beat the Jets in a shutout as well 3 years ago. I remember talking about it on my other channel years ago, but that was so long ago. I was in Jersey when I watched it. But anyway, we won that game 24-0. And this game we won 30-0. Both were at home. So, without Tyreek Hill, what does Tua have to do? You give it to Jalen Waddle. So, the Dolphins starts off with our drive, and they have to force a punt. With Tua going to right for Jalen Waddle for 8 yards. Second and 2, a shotgun formation. Pass short to Jalen Waddle again for 13 yards. So that is now we're going back to the pre-Mike McDaniel days under Brian Flores, where Tua and his extreme duo with Jalen Waddle. Both of them came from Alabama. So that chemistry is coming back alive, and it's proven to be the case again. MOSTERT going up the right for a yard, 1 yard rush. 2nd and 9, pass to Jalen Waddle for 23 yards. He wound up getting hurt during that play. And they would give them the first down. However, during the injury process, there was a hold on Austin Jackson, so the hold has to come back, so the play did not count. Which would lead to 2nd and 19, which MOSTERT only gained a yard about this play. Third and 18 off the screen pass to Achane gets us 12 yards and nothing there. So that would be a punt. So Jets would have the football now. Zach Wilson coming in to quarterback, and he gives us the Breece Hall for 5 yards. 2nd and 5, Breece Hall again for losing a yard. That's a good tackle play by Bradley Chubb. 3rd and 6, Wilson would give the first down to Gibson for 8 yards. 1st and 10, the very next play, a pass rush exposed to the old line of the Jets. And there was a sack by Bradley Chubb and Christian Wilkins, but Bradley Chubb forces a fumble on Zach Wilson, and it was recovered by Zach Saylor, who had a touchdown last week against the Titans off a pick six. And he nearly gets one to scoop and score for Saylor himself, but he ends up going to the 3 yards. Was it 3 yards? I think it was a 1 yard line actually. Yeah, it was a 1 yard line. We were in very good position, and just like that, the Dolphins got the football back. Let's see what they do. MOSTERT, Renault gang, 2nd and goal. MOSTERT goes up the left. He loses a yard there. 3rd and goal. This is a milestone, and here's the milestone, everybody, ladies and gentlemen. MOSTERT goes up the left for 2 yards. That's a touchdown. Miami leads it now 7-0. And with this touchdown by Raheem MOSTERT, first 8 seasons of his career, he had 19 touchdowns. This touchdown right here will wind up being his 19th touchdown of his season for the Miami Dolphins. And the reason why I point that out, that is a brand new all-time Dolphin record. That's a new franchise record. And that record goes to Raheem Mostert, 19th rushing touchdown of the season. He passes Mark Clayton. He passes folks like Lamar Smith, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Ricky Williams, and Mark Clayton. Mark Clayton had held the rushing king touchdown for the Dolphins for a long time, Mark Clayton. And now, finally, Raheem Mostert passes him, and he's now the new king of running back in the single season. Congratulations to Raheem Mostert for getting this touchdown and for achieving greatness of this career-defining touchdown. Awesome stuff by Raheem Mostert. Absolutely amazing stuff. So the Jets have a football now. Wilson passes incomplete, 2nd and 10. Dalvin Cook goes up the right for 4 yards. 3rd and 6, pass short to Conklin for 7 yards. That would be a first down. However, after that first down, penalty would be on Miami for a illegal contact on Jalen Ramsey. That would be a decline. So if he didn't get that first down, it would have been first down anyway because of the illegal contact penalty. 1st and 10, Wilson pass incomplete to Conklin. 2nd and 10, pass short to Dalvin Cook for 6 yards. 3rd and 4, Wilson pass incomplete for Gibson. So the Jets would go for it. Jets would go for it with the punt formation. They tried to fake it. They tried to do a fake punt, and that did not work at all. The special teams lined up like a defensive mind right there. It's a defensive lined special teams right there, and they saw it coming, and the Jets went nowhere in this fake punt. So good heads up play by the Dolphins, and fake punt did not go the Jets' way. Just we had to make them pay somehow. Well, we nearly did, and we kind of did. Tua pass short right for Chase Claypool for 5 yards, 2nd and 5. Achane for 2 yards. 3 pass short right for Achane for 5 yards. That's good for the first. Achane goes up the middle for 3 yards. 2nd and 7. Pass short middle for Jordan Smythe for 7 yards. That's good for the first. Timeout Miami right there as Achane after that goes up the middle for 5 yards. Then after that, 2nd and 5. Achane goes up the right for 5 yards. That'll be good for the first down. There will be an injury on the Jets. That's Quentin Jefferson injured during that play, and he wouldn't come back for the rest of that game. But at the same play, the penalty was called on Robbie Chosen for an offensive offside. I mean, that is something I never hear these days in the NFL. But now I hear them weekly, and now we're being victimized of it. Basically, here's how it works. You're on the line. Either you're too much on the line, or your foot's over that line. I'm actually not sure how it works. I think that's how it works. But if your foot's on the line, and if it's too much on the line, it's an offside, I guess. The referee didn't, and the referee wasn't. The referee did try to tell Robbie, hey, you're offside, you might want to get back a little bit. He did try to tell him. Robbie didn't even see him, and he gets called for offensive offside. I mean, I guess that's the new rule in the NFL. I've never heard this before. I just didn't. Either way, that brings us back 5 yards. 2nd and 10, pass short for Mostert for nothing. 3rd and 10, penalty would be on Miami for a false start. That would end the first quarter. 3rd and 15, Tua pass up to Waddle for 10 yards. Nice try, but that wouldn't do much. They were going to go for it on 4th down, and I think they were trying to jump them offside, and they got called for a delay of game. 4th and 10, Chase Sanders just kicks a field goal up the middle, is good. 10 to nothing, Miami. The next drive, Jets were forced a 3 and out. After a sack, a big sack by Bradley Chubb in the 2nd and 9 play against Wilson. I mean, that's just a big hit. Jeez. And then delay of game there. And Brees Hall went nowhere, and there would be a punt. Dolphins were forced a 3 and out as well, so nothing happened with that one, except for the fact that Tua got sacked at the 3rd and 3 play by Williams at right there. But fortunately, after that, Wilson gets sacked again by Seller, and this would be a 3 and out right there. So the Jets punt the football. The very next drive and the very next play, 1st and 10, Miami Dolphins at the 40. Tua pass deep left, and this is without Tyreek Hill, by the way. Jalen Waddle gets himself wide open. He catches the football, and he's gone. He is gone. Touchdown, Dolphins. He gets one to the end zone. What a play. Oh, my goodness. You see those with Tyreek Hill a lot, but you forgot Jalen Waddle is also incredibly fast. He gets himself wide open. He catches the football. Gone. Great play by Jalen Waddle. He gets one to the end zone. The 60-yard play. And we lead now 17-7 after PAT was good. Awesome stuff there. Zach Wilson tries to respond and complete Jets. Second and 10. Pass up to Lazard for 5 yards. 3rd and 5 pass up for 2 yards. Penalty would be on Eli Apple for illegal contact. That would be a first down, unfortunately. Then incomplete pass to Lazard, 2nd and 10. Wilson gets sacked by Duke Riley and Agba. 3rd and 11 pass incomplete. And Zach Wilson will get hurt during that play. After that play in the incomplete, he would wind up not coming back for the rest of the game. They said it was dehydration, or maybe the fact that that fumble play that Seller recovered earlier to get that milestone touchdown for Raheem Mostert. He hit his head. He hit his head on the ground, or his head got hurt. So there might be a concussion there, and at that point they should have taken out the rest of the game at that point, but they did not. And now Wilson gets hurt even more with the dehydration that he's going through with the Miami Heat. And you know what? Miami Heat wasn't even that hot today. It was only 77. If it was 100 degrees, okay, sure. But 77, come on. You're in New York. You're this temperature would be a breeze. Just saying. Anyway, hopefully Wilson's okay. Trevor Siemian would take over the rest of that game as well for this. Next up is the Dolphins drive. It's 11 plays, so here we go. Mostert goes up the left for 3 yards. 2nd and 7, Tua pass short to Cedric Wilson for 3 yards. 3rd and 4, pass short right for Jalen Waddle for 8 yards. Penalty would be on Adams for an unnecessary roughness. That would enforce a 15 yards right there. I mean, what was he thinking? What was he thinking on that play? Literally after Waddle catches the football and gets tackled down on the ground, he comes in, hits his head. Thankfully, it wasn't a harsh contact, but that's still. The play is over. You don't do that. That's a 15 yards. Especially when the Dolphins already got the first down. Just saying. Anyway, 1st and 10, Mostert goes up the left for 4 yards. 2nd and 6, actually. Pass is incomplete to Waddle. 3rd and 6, after the timeout by the Jets defense. Tua pass short right for Berrios for 12 yards. That's a former Jet as well. He gets us a first down. So first down on the no huddle. They want to get this score before the half is done. Tua pass is incomplete to Cedric Wilson. It's a shame. Achane goes up the middle for 3 yards. That would take us to a 2-minute warning. 3rd and 7 on a shotgun formation. Tua pass short the middle for Jalen Waddle, and he dipped. But he gets tackled by Reed. That would go to the Jets 13. So great play there by Jalen Waddle. 1st and 10, Mostert goes up the right for 12 yards. He was so close. He was so close to the end zone. Jets would take their timeout. Mostert try and get his 20th rushing touchdown this season, and he did. And it was an easy cakewalk to the end zone. Touchdown, Dolphins, and Mostert. He now has 20 of the season. That's a new franchise record right there. He already passed Mark Clayton. He's now going higher, and there's still about 3 games left. I'm just saying, There's still 3 games left. So he still has plenty of time to maybe go up even more. That's just awesome. Congrats to Raheem Mostert. All right, so after that, Simeon comes in and he's making these passes for who was it, Breece Hall, or was it Alan Lazard? It was Alan Lazard, and then Breece Hall. He would get the first down, but 2 straight times it was incomplete, and Simeon would get sacked by 10 yards with Bradley Chubb and Andrew Van Ginkel. That's the 5th sack of the first half. That's a new high of the season for the Dolphins. Beautiful stuff there. Punting the football, and clock winds down. We go to halftime. And then after that, Jets come out with the football because they wanted to toss earlier. They elected to defer. So they get the ball in the second half, and they did. Breece Hall goes up the right for a yard. Welcome to the third quarter. 2nd and 9, Simeon pass incomplete to Garrett Wilson. Penalty would be on the Jets for an offensive pass interference for 10 yards. 2nd and 19, pass incomplete. And 3rd and 19, pass incomplete. So 3 and out for the Jets offense. So nothing's going right for the Jets offense right now. All right. Then after that, Dolphins go up with the football. Mostert goes up the right for loss of 3, unfortunately. 2nd and 13, Tua gets sacked. Tua gets sacked there by Huff for 5 yards. 3rd and 18, pass short to left for Achane for 13 yards. And with this bigger lead, I was like, okay, I'm fine with it. And especially if we're already in the midfield, and we're past the midfield, the Jets 45, they elected to go for it. I'm like, okay, it's whatever. We have a big lead, although there will be some crazy comebacks. And remember that time. 4th and 5, Tua pass up the middle for Jalen Waddle for 25 yards. Amazing play there. And they would get the first down. Pretty stuff there. 1st and 10, Achane goes up the middle for 4 yards. Penalty would be on the Jets. On defensive hold, that penalty would be enforced more. So then we go up to the Jets 11 instead of the Jets 16. So after that, penalty is again on the Jets for encroachment. We go up more. Mostert goes up the middle for 4 yards. Another touchdown? Ooh, that hurdle, just almost that hurdle. 2nd and 1, he loses 7 yards. 3rd and 8, to a pass incomplete to Wilson. 4th and 8, Sanders just kicked the field goal. We're up 27-0 at this point. Jets will have the football back. Trevor Siemian pass short left for Garrett Wilson for 6 yards. 2nd and 4, Abaganda for a yard. 3rd and 3, Simeon pass short right for Alan Lazard for 11 yards. 1st and 10, penalty would be on the Jets for false start. 1st and 15 now. Simeon goes up the right for Garrett Wilson. I think that would be the second catch. The early one will wind up being Garrett Wilson's first catch of the game. So this is second. For 18 yards, that would be a Jets first down at the Miami side of the field. Baganda for a yard. 2nd and 9, Simeon pass complete to Garrett Wilson for 5 yards. 3rd and 4, pass incomplete to Garrett Wilson. Penalty would be on Miami for a defensive offside, which because it's 3rd and 4, that would give him the first down. Just not good. Not good. But then the next play, Trevor Siemian pass deep right intended for Randall Cobb. Pass is picked off by Brandon Jones, and Brandon Jones goes up the field for 40 yards to the all the way to the 41-yard line. Absolutely amazing stuff by Brandon Jones, going all the way up to the 40-yard line, and we still have not get the score. We still preventing them from scoring. So also interception. Dolphins go back on the field. Mostert goes up the left for 4 yards. 2nd and 6. Mostert goes up the left for 2 yards. Penalty would be, no penalty. There would be a injury on Quentin Williams, so he would wind up getting hurt in that play. Hopefully, it was okay. Third and 4, Tua pass short left for Jordan Smythe for 9 yards. That's good for the first down. Achane goes up the right, loses 2 yards off the tackle by Whitehead. Second and 12, Tua pass short left for Cedric Wilson. He loses a yard more. Third and 13, pass complete to Jordan Smythe for 11 yards. That's 2 yards short of the first down. So because they're at the 36-yard, they decide to go for it. And Achane, he gets the first down. And that would end the third quarter there. As the Dolphins continue to march down the field, Mostert goes out the left for 18 yards. Awesome run there. First down rather. Mostert goes up the left trying to get this touchdown. He was just short. Injury would be on McDonald for the Jets, but also a penalty is on the Dolphins for offensive holding. That would get them back to the Jets. First and 20 now. Tua pass to Jalen Love, loses a yard, so not going to play there. Second and 21, Achane goes up for 10 yards. Third and 11, Tua gets sacked, nothing to do there. Nothing he could do there. Thomas sacks Tua, and Sanders would just kick a 35-yard field goal. And he did. He got through as the Dolphins now lead this game 30-0. So the Jets, with no hope whatsoever, trying to spoil a shutout. Simeon pass short right for Conklin for no gain, second and 10. Simeon goes up the passes to Apconda, for 13 yards. First and 10, pass incomplete to Gibson. Second and 10, Simeon goes up the short pass to Gibson again for 21 yards. So the Jets are now marching down the field, going to the Miami side of the field. First and 10, pass short right for Ruckert for 7 yards. Second and 3, Apconda goes up the left for 3 yards. Penalty would be on the Jets, though, on the offensive hold. He would wind up getting a first down, but the penalty brought them back. So now second and 13. Second and 13, pass incomplete to Randall Cobb. Third and 13, something bad happened to the Jets. Simeon gets sacked by Bradley Chubb, and Bradley Chubb once again forces a fumble on Simeon, and Simeon loses the football, and it was recovered by the Dolphins defense. It's Bradley Chubb. Not only he forces a fumble, he gets a sack, but he picks up the fumble. The Dolphins get back on the field. So awesome fumble given up by the Jets, and the Dolphins go back on the field. Now, unfortunately, we didn't do much in this drive as well, so it's okay. So Tua would not come back for the rest of the game. No reason to put him through anymore. No reason risking injury, because next week we got the Dallas Cowboys. That's a huge one. So Mike White, a former Jet, comes in and he gives it to the Achane for 3 yards. Second and 7, Mike White pass up the right for Chase Claypool for 11 yards. But unfortunately, penalty would be on the Dolphins for offensive hold. Second and 14, Achane goes up the middle for 19 yards. What a run by Achane there. But then it was ruined by the Jets penalty. Illegal use of hands to the face of the offense. That was just ruined. Second and 24 now. Wilson goes up the right for 5 yards. Third and 19 after a timeout there, because Holmes would get hurt during that play. Third and 19, pass up the right for Hill for a yard. The Dolphins punted. So this next Jets football drive is pretty lengthy. 3 minutes, 21 minutes into that thing. Apconda goes up the right for 6 yards. Second and 4, Simeon goes up, passes to Apconda for -2. So good tackle by Long. Third and 6, Simeon goes up the middle. Simeon passed short to Conklin for 10 yards, so first down Jets. Simeon pass up the right for Conklin for a yard. Second and 9, pass incomplete. Third and 9, pass short to complete to Ruckert for 9 yards. That's just barely gun on the line of scrimmage there. On the chains. First and 10, pass incomplete to Lazar. Second and 10, just little bit off on Randall Cobb. That's the next play. pass incomplete to Good. Then this incomplete pass to Cobb. Then 4th and 10, Simeon would have to throw the football. He was trying to attend to Gibson, and guess who? That football was so overthrown. There was 2 defenders. There was Eli Apple, and there was Brandon Jones, and Brandon Jones wins the interception battle against Eli Apple. Brandon Jones with his 2nd interception of the game, and that would ultimately put the game away. The next drive is all was doing was really going up the right for no gain. Then there would be a 2-minute warning. The Dolphins would take the knee twice. They would punt the football. Apakana would just run for no gain. Game over. Dolphins wins this one 30-0. First shutout in 3 years against the same team, same stadium, same situation. I remember when Ryan Fitzpatrick was quarterbacking, and this the same scenario. That the Dolphins shut out the Jets, and guess who came in and made his debut during the game? Tua. That's where he came in, and the rest is history from there. There was a lot of up and downs, but you know what? It was worth it. In terms of team stats, this stat is just shocking. Just shocking. Most of the yardage that the Jets got, 103, only 4 are from the first half. 4! That's insane by the Dolphins defense, not giving up too many. 290 yards from the Dolphins alone. That's insane. 213 passing yards for the Dolphins, and the Jets with just 80. 23 rushing yards all game long for the Jets, and the Dolphins had 77 with 2 touchdowns, and both those were from MOSTERT. So that's literally crazy. When you look at the box score, both teams uses 2 quarterbacks. One of them was out due to the injury. The other one didn't need to play the rest of the game. It was a precautionary bench. All right, so Simeon. We'll start with Tua first. Tua, 224-yard passing from him. 1 touchdown pass, a 60-yarder to Jalen Waddle. No interceptions at all. Then Mike White would come in for the rest of the game. Just 4 yards there, 2 for 2 completion. Nice stuff there. Most of the time they were running the football. Zach Wilson, 4 for 11, 26 yards with 2.4 with the rating. He wound up getting hurt. Simeon will have to come in for the rest of that game, like the second half. 14 for 110 yardage, but he gets picked off twice, and both times he gets picked off by Brandon Jones. New York's rushing, Breece Hall, just 12 yards on 6 carries. That's their highest. Mostert, on the other hand, 15 carries, 42 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And both touchdowns were historic touchdowns by him and by the Dolphins offense as this season continues to move on. Now, in terms of receiving, Jalen Waddle, of course, that Alabama duo connection, 8 receptions, 142 yards. 60 long, which was that touchdown, and the rest of the Jets team just were not able to get any score in at all. But Durham Smythe would step up as well with a tight end possession. Garrett Wilson with just 29 yards, 3 receptions. Xavier Gibson just wins the battle right there with the average. New York's fumble, both of them were committed by the quarterbacks, and both times were picked up by Seller and Bradley Chubb. So great defense by here. And again, like I said, Brandon Jones picks off Trevor Siemian twice, which is absolutely gorgeous to see. And now we look ahead against the Dallas Cowboys on Christmas Eve. So that is going to be a big test going up that stretch as we move towards the season. The rest of the schedule is not easy. We got the Cowboys. Do we have enough to beat the Dolphins? We beat ourselves up last week, remember that? But do we have enough to beat the Cowboys? Right now they're losing 7-0 to the Bills. We're Cowboys fans in this one against the Bills. but we have to hold our ground next week as well. And not only that, we got the Baltimore Ravens on New Year's Eve, and we finished off against the Bills. It's not really, for me, it's about making to the playoffs, not necessarily about winning the AFC East. I would love to win the AFC East. That will cause a separate video. But I'm just saying, making playoffs is more important. And also making playoffs, we need to have a healthy team. But this is a big win, and we'll look ahead for next week. So let's go Dolphins. This was a good win. All right. Anyway, that's going to do it for this one. If you have enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe for content, because Miami Chiefs got your back. And when he does, hit me right there with the entertainment you deserve. Let's go Dolphins, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for 2 videos, hopefully with the Miami Heat and the Florida Panthers, both coming off with a win yesterday. Anyway, guys, that's going to do it, and I'll see you guys then. Good night, everybody.